Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the start of the BTS series Southeast Asia. I am GoDz, and joining me for today's cast is WinteR. We've got the debut of Fnatic, the new roster with Mushi, Black, Chrissy, Net, as well as Ohio. WinteR, are you excited for this new SEA powerhouse?
Of course.
Of course, that's good to hear. What do you think? How are they looking as far as their... Well, I mean, we obviously haven't seen them play, but how far do you see a roster like this going?
It's very uncertain though, so we have to see them play. Then we can only tell what's going to happen after. But they certainly look promising on this roster, and it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, Ohio plus Net as a support duo.
Okay, so some people have talked about Mushi playing support, but
No,
you don't think that's the case?
I don't think he's playing support. I think he's mid,
Okay.
and Chrissy will be off lane. Black will be carry.
All right. Well, we'll find out soon enough. The draft has begun, and everybody's favorite rainbow pony has emerged victorious. He's first picked by Team Burster. Leshrac comes through. Gyro Dazzle banned out by Fnatic. Undying Queen of Pain by Burster. About Burster, this is a team that came through the open qualifiers. Face It hosted open qualifiers where we had over 125 teams register and compete to get a chance to play in the $10,000 BTS SEA, and this was the runner-up behind the Australian team SCT. So this is a team from Myanmar. They've been competing for a while and had some okay results here or there, so we'll see how they do here with Leshrac first pick, Fnatic getting Bounty Hunter and Tusk. WinteR, what are your kind of initial thoughts about this draft?
I think I prefer like the bounty hunter type of hero in the current patch. I haven't seen like competitive matches for quite some time, but I still think that bounty hunter, like even in pubs, is really strong. Regardless of like lineup, bounty hunter would always be able to provide his team like vision, and it forces the opponent supports. I hate it to play against it as a support because you have to buy so much sentries and you become so weak because of that alone.
Yeah, well, we'll see what Burst to move on. What kind of supports what kind of supports do you want to get against Bounty Hunter? I mean, you mentioned it's really tough to play support against this
Hard,
hero. There's some that are better
hard
than
to kill.
others.
Hard to kill supports. Hard to
Yeah.
get killed by bounty hunter. So the first thing that comes to my mind is a Bane. Very good stats. Very survivable against bounty hunter. You don't want to have like, for example, a Crystal Maiden support against a bounty hunter because that would be really bad for the bounty hunter.
All right. Well, Fnatic pick up a classic black hero. Anti-Mage emerges. As I can only imagine this will be in Black's hands in the carry role. And this is a great hero to have against Leshrac. Mana Void doing a lot of damage to a hero who's going to spend through his mana very quickly. And Darkseer as well. Not a great matchup for him against Anti-Mage.
Yeah, these two heroes is already very good mana void targets, a lot of mana, and Darkseer against anti-mage is like sometimes I don't really feel like Darkseer can pressure the AM like most of the time. AM can do people think that AM will struggle against Darkseer because it's a melee hero, but AM actually does, like you mentioned, very well against Darkseer. You don't really need too much support after the first few levels. One point in spell shield and you're mostly fine against Darkseer. You can even get like a ring of regen and ring of health. Like you get both the rings since you're going to get a blast to just to help you sustain in the lane.
Yeah. I remember when Darkseer was really popular, Black was so confident in his anti-mage play, he would tell his team, let me solo versus the Darkseer. He would go 1v1 against Darkseers and just get solo kills even. Like he was so good at this anti-mage Darkseer matchup. Like he, to me, is that's the one thing I remember about him during the Darkseer meta, that this guy just knew exactly how to counter it with an anti-mage. So we'll see Lena picked up next by Fnatic, and can only imagine this hero probably going towards the mid lane as the 1v1 matchup for the Leshrac.
Yeah, you want to get heroes that can blow the Leshrac up, and it's good versus the Cold Embrace. And their lineup bounty, we see this a lot from TI, Bounty Hunter plus Lina. It's very strong together. It allows the Lina to become stronger much faster because you're always going to get kills no matter what. And Track is just going to make the Lina much more potent in towards the late game.
All right, well, we'll see what Team Burster have in mind. They've got the whole blue purpley theme going on with their picks so far. See if they'll continue that or venture
Yeah,
offwards.
they have very strong team fight. We see a very huge difference in lineup and strategies. Fnatic has a more pick-off base and split push lineup. They want the AM to get fed and Tusk and Bounty Hunter to just keep finding, like even with the Lina, finding solitary pick-offs using the track. And Buster right now has Lash, Darkseer, Wyvern. Very strong intentions of taking team fights and trying to force your towers with the edict from Leshrac. So we see both teams having different type of strategies. And the Earthshaker definitely solidifies their team fight potential.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you mentioned they're much more about the team fight, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going for with this pick here. So they've got
Yeah,
one last pick for their safe lane farmer role, I imagine, which I guess is somewhat flexible depending on what they feel is going to match up best against the anti-mage. So
there's no PL though, so I feel like they can, if they want to go to finish the game early, they can go for Luna or like maybe a Juggernaut, something that can push towers fast and take advantage of the
yep.
fact that they can actually group and fight much better than what Fnatic can right now. Fnatic's main objective early game is to try and stall as much as they can for the AM to just split push. Unless Fnatic wins their lanes heavily, then it will be irrelevant for that to happen. Like because you lose the early lanes and it's kind of hard for you to group up after that if you lose the lanes too badly against a bounty hunter.
I mean, if they lose the lanes early game, it feels like they just have no chance back into the game. It
Yeah,
feels
I
like they're
mean
just
they have really strong lanes though. Earthshaker plus Lash is a very
yeah.
strong combination in the laning phase. Like even if you play pubs, a lot of high rank games, Shaker plus Lash or Earth Spirit plus Lash is something very potent in the early game. It allows the Lash to become a monster because Earthshaker can just keep stacking and hide behind the fog, and just one fissure will just allow the Lash to get a kill
Well,
against the Lina.
Storm Spirit banned out, so worried about a potential support. Well, not so much worried about the support Lina, but worried about Lina being put into a support and some other problem hero being picked up, like the Storm Spirit.
I
So
mean, it's possible though, but I feel like Lina in this game is so valuable as a core because
yeah,
of what Buster have, as the Leshrac and Wyvern are both very weak against instant burst. So I think Lina as a core is very valuable for Fnatic to have. And they have like the silencer against I mean, Cold Embrace is already weak against Lina, but they now even have the silencer to make sure that Buster's team fight is going to be weak after the Tusk initiates and silencer just drops his global, so Buster can't actually react towards that.
yeah. I feel like this was a fantastic last pick when Burster have such a team fight centric lineup, and even like against a hero like Darkseid. So much of this hero's ability to be effective in a team fight is his combo, hitting the vacuum wall. If you hit a last word on him, he's not going to get off that combo in quick succession unless you really catch Fnatic by surprise. So
I mean, it's a greedy pick though. I feel Silencer is a greedy pickup in the sense that he needs levels, he needs a lot of farm. He doesn't like contribute a lot early game, other than zoning the off lane. He's really good at zoning the off lane, has very good range and very good harass, but in that sense he's greedy because he just wants to stay put and just keep taking experience and farm so he can contribute in team fights.
ooh, Dragon Knight gets last pick. So I mean, you don't normally expect to see Dragon Knight in the safe lane. This is normally a hero that exclusively goes mid. We could be seeing something like Leshrac in the safe lane, but
I think Lash in the safe lane sounds more, sounds better than Dragonite on the safe lane. But if they put Dragonite mid against Lina, Dragonite obviously will have a tough time. So I'm not sure. But Dragonite on the safe lane is something that you don't see anymore
yeah.
because
So
he's not very. I feel the hero needs to get runes and just move around and try to push towers and help his team. And in the safe lane, it's much more difficult for him to accomplish that.
all right. Well, looks like we will be seeing Loon head down towards the safe lane and YP on the Dragon Knight going mid. Already a Sentry Ward in hand to help deal with the pesky bounty hunter, and it's time. Fnatic's debut match with their new roster about to unfold. As we'll see Black, the new pickup, the European carry player, going to be playing anti-mage for the team. We've got Ahayo on the support role, playing Silencer. Going towards mid will be Mushi on Lina. We've got Net playing the support bounty hunter, and that leaves Chrissy playing Tusk in the offlane for the Radiant team. The qualifier runner-up, it's Team Burstero with Loon playing the Leshrac, YP on Dragon Knight, VKT playing Earthshaker, Iyun on Winter Wyvern, and finally Ian playing the Darkseer in the offlane. And fairly standard stuff so far. Bounty Hunter going deep towards the Radiant jungle, gets down 2 Observer Wards in kind of close proximity here, but giving some much-needed vision around this mid lane and Radiant jungle. He has been spotted though, so he's going to be very careful here.
That's kind of weird though to drop these 2 observer wards in close proximity, like you mentioned in this sort of game. I wonder what's the main reason
They
for
have
him
a
to
lot
actually...
of overlapping vision. I mean, the mid ward gives vision onto the high ground, which helps out Lina. The other ward...
Mushi is stuck.
Oh, he's in a terrible position. This is looking like a sure first blood. Mushi goes down. YP gets first blood and a bounty rune. 935 gold at minute 0 for a Dragon Knight. That helps so much in the mid lane when you're against a hero like Alina, because that is not a matchup where Dragon Knight does particularly well.
I mean, he saw the Earthshaker there though. I'm not very sure why he still chose to contest the rune, because the ward there actually spotted. I think maybe it spotted the Earthshaker too late because he doesn't...
Oh, YP, he could be giving up a kill right in return, and he will do so. Underestimating the power of a bounty hunter with the Orb of Venom, and Mushi just says thanks for the free kill, gets him right back into the game. He even gets the last hit for it, so any edge Dragon Knight had kind of gets thrown away by that kill there, and that was unfortunate for YP.
Yeah, that was really good for the Lina to come back into the game. Didn't he have... I remember he had a sentry though. I think... Oh, he placed the sentry here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't have the sentry on the lane.
He was
I remember
hoping to
seeing
get a kill on the bounty at level 1, I guess.
Yeah, I remember he had a sentry from the start, but now without a sentry in the lane, he's gonna be under a lot of pressure. He can't go past the river to farm, basically without a sentry, if he doesn't see the bounty hunter's position on the map. Yep. And looking at the anti-mage, he's, I think, more or less gonna get free farm in this lane with the silencer just constantly going to be able to zone the Darkseer out of the lane.
Yeah, Black's...
Like, usually against the silencer, if I have an Earthshaker on a same team and I'm playing Darkseer, I'll actually get the Shaker to actually fissure block the first wave. It's really important to fissure block the first wave against a support like Silencer. Otherwise, it's really difficult to get experience as Darkseer.
Yeah, getting level 2 has become a big problem for Ian. He's
in trouble.
Ooh, bottom lane, they've gone in. Net gets hit by a stun though. They're going to look to turn this one around. VKT and the Earthshaker goes down first. Net gets away with the Shadow Walk, and Chrissy will not be punished by this. No Arctic Burn. It was 2 seconds away on the Winter Wyvern, and as a result, Fnatic get a second kill of the game. Net going to find himself a haste rune at bottom.
This bounty hunter is definitely wrecking the lanes. So far, creating 2 kills for Fnatic. And like we talked about before, Burster is going to be worried if the lanes doesn't go well for them, because they want to go in to the mid game with their team fights, and if the lanes don't go well for them, it's going to be hard for them to team fight.
Yep, Chrissy getting slowed down at bottom lane. Loon not going to go for the stun just yet. They get a lot of Arctic Burn hits off. Net gonna now slow both of them. He's got the haste rune here, but can't really stand up and fight too well against the potent duo. That is the Winter Wyvern and Leshrac here. Loon hits level 3 now. You won't see Leshrac at the same kind of levels out of this lane, but still a very aggressive hero, even without the levels. Even just the 1 point in the stun. If you ever hit that, you're looking at potential kills onto someone like Tusk.
Yeah, however, the Wyvern has actually got a point in Embrace early on just to deal with that. If they want to go into a fight with the Snowball, they have to Embrace to actually save the Leshrac. So they have to be very careful here if they choose to go in, because once the Snowball goes in, I don't think he can actually... If he doesn't kill the Lesh, he's gonna die.
Well, Bounty now, still residing at this bottom lane. He's decided that's the place to be. Earthshaker's hovering around mid, but they don't have the kill potential with a Dragon Knight, it feels like. You're not going to actually be able to bring down the Lina here. It's more it seems to be more defensive to deal with a potential Bounty Hunter rotation, but Bounty, not even there. He's just leeching some experience at the bottom lane, biding his time, and waiting for maybe a moment to go on. Seems like the moment might be now. He Shadow Walks up, and he's looking to engage.
They're actually fairly tanky though, and with the 1 point in Embrace, I don't think they can actually get a kill here, unless something goes wrong. Like, the Wyvern somehow doesn't cast the Embrace on the Leshrac on time. Otherwise, I don't think they can actually kill the Lesh with the Wyvern nearby.
Good rune control coming out from Fnatic. They get both, with Ahio helping secure top and Chrissy just snagging the bottom one, while Net gets some solo experience.
Oh no, the sentry is actually just out of range. That was unfortunate. I think they just wanted to place a sentry for the bounty hunter instead of trying to deal out
bottom lane, Loon in some trouble. He dodged the stun with the snowball. Great play from Chrissy. Loon gets helped out by the cold embrace. And is Chrissy going to get turned around on him? Unfortunately, Loon out of mana, and Chrissy's still bottling up. He's got a lot of charges here. He can come back in. Net gets the kill with the Shuriken. And Ian, I don't think he'll go down here. Net's got another Shadow Walkers. He'll just scurry past some creeps. Here comes the Ice Shards. Blocks Iyun in. Net wants back in. They may expect to get a second kill. Snowball, Orb of Venom slow from the Bounty Hunter with a Janata, and that's a double kill. Going away Fnatic in the bottom lane. Net gets one. Chrissy gets the other. Great play coming out there. That dodge on the Split Earth. Very nice from Chrissy.
Yeah, that was like I think they could have waited actually for the split of like after the snowball instead of before the snowball. Then they would have. I think they would have actually gotten the kill instead of Fnatic getting the kill if they actually used their spells at the right timing there. It was just rather unfortunate they missed the split off. Otherwise, the task would be dead first.
So the lanes seem to have kind of fallen apart here for Burster. You've got Darkseer, who's still just level 2. Anti-Mage, 36 last hits, 24 denies. Black just doing his normal thing here in the safe lane Anti-Mage. He doesn't seem to have an obvious answer here, at least not in the early game.
I mean, it's kind of the weakness, right? When they went for the Dragon Knight, they're gonna pay in terms of having weaker lanes for stronger mid game and pushing type of lineup. But right now, the Bounty Hunter is just he gets another kill on the Lash. He's just wrecking havoc on all the lanes. And if the lane continues to go like this, there won't be any 5-man for Burster.
Bounty's been all 5 of the Fnatic kills so far. Net has been absolutely everywhere. And that is a big problem for Burster. A lot of those kills coming in the bottom lane, but even kills towards mid lane as well. Early on the Dragon Knight, the Earthshaker's been on the receiving end once.
We talk about the supports having to purchase sentries all the time. And the Wyvern has already purchased a new set of sentries just for that, and as a result, he still doesn't have his boots because of that.
Yeah. Earthshaker also doesn't have boots. It looks like he actually purchased a bottle, which is not something you see every day on an Earthshaker, but looks like they're trying to make a play here. Ohio's taken over the mid lane. Puts Mushi into the jungle. He was farming up some stacks. I saw Bounty stack it at least once, so there was some stacks happening up there. And Black just being a menace towards the Darkseer here. Zoning him out from behind his tier 1 tower. Just tanking the Iron Shell damage. He doesn't mind in the slightest right now. This Darkseer is just getting bullied right now. He does have level 4 though. So that's at least a slightly good news for the offlaner on the Myanmar side.
Yeah, Mushi went for even a much more farming intensive build. He went for a Soaring first, might be a first item Bloodstone even before the use. Like Bloodstone allows the Lina to actually snowball even harder and get more items into the game if you're expecting your team to be doing a lot of farming and split push.
Oh, he's hit a stun. He's going to catch out the Darkseer top. Laguna Blade finishes it off. Mushi saw the Darkseer coming into the jungle with the Lane Warden, was able to hit the stun before Darkseer knew what was coming, and I think it was followed up by Darkseer pinging out the lane as if to say, hey, I think there's a ward here. That's how I died. But damage has been done as Mushi gets a second kill to his name, and Fnatic getting very close to having Bounty Hunter hit level 6, and that's where this early game gets even scary. You've got track gold coming into play as well at that point, and the vision advantage goes Fnatic's way, not to mention any kills they get just going to be that much more potent. DK hits a stun on Chrissy at the bottom river here. They've got follow-up from the Earthshaker. Nice fissure block. Chrissy's going to now look to bottle up. Can't do so. That corrosive damage coming out from the Dragon Knight. Chrissy still trying to bottle. Not going to happen. 44 HP.
Snowball.
Oh, snowball towards mid. He's going to survive, it looks like. Any more breathe fire? Out of range. The tower comes in. Oh, no. Unlucky for Chrissy. Maybe if he'd saved some of those bottle charges, although the little bit of HP regen did help him out to some extent there.
Yeah, but it was a very nice idea you could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to snowball and get away towards the middle lane with the help of the creeps there. It was just unfortunate he came in range of the tower.
Yeah. Well, not the biggest kill to be getting if you're Burster. It doesn't really change the overall flow of the game. You've still got Anti-Mage free farming, Lina free farming. As you mentioned, Mushi might be going for that Bloodstone, has picked up the Soaring already and just using this to efficiently farm the jungle wherever possible. And has a smoke, so it looks like Mushi doesn't just want to farm. He wants to get active on the map and get involved. The kill on the Darkseer may be just the start of things to come here.
Yeah, once Bounty Hunter pops level 6, I think they're gonna make a smoke with his track to get a first kill with the Laguna.
Alright, well, looks like they are headed towards the bottom lane. Mushi gonna just throw a Split Earth on the ground to get some of that Fiery Souls movement speed.
Level 6, and they are moving with the smoke right now with the track.
They want to track kill right away, and Leshrac is the target. This is the big kill to get if they can, and yeah, you betcha they can. Bounty gets the kill. They didn't even need the Dragon Slave that went flying in afterwards. Ian flies over some trees with the Arctic Burn, and a successful smoke gank on a high priority target who's just level 6 as well. 10 minutes in the game having a level 6 Leshrac with very little farm. That's a 0-3 Leshrac with just Soul Ring, Null Talisman, Boots, and Bottle. There's not much farm on the Lesh.
Oh, top lane. If you can see him.
Gets the fog treatment. Well, you talked about this build. Gets the Ring of Health and the Ring of Regen. Just getting all the HP regen that he can kind of make use of later on in the game.
I think this is the best build against Darkseer. Against any hero that can constantly harass you down with some spell like Iron Shell in the lane. And bottom lane, it seems like they want to go for a kill here.
Yeah, they've got track vision on the Leshrac now. They've also seen the Winter Wyvern, so...
Wow. He stole the stack.
Oh, Mushi's going to walk right into the Earthshaker. This does not look good for Earthshaker. There's a Laguna Blade and everything. VKT, you're in trouble, my friend. Light Striker, a Dragon Slave, Laguna.
Oh,
goodbye.
He didn't wait for the track.
Oh, Mushi. Please. Gotta get that track gold up.
Yeah, but I think it doesn't matter so much. They're in cruise control of this game.
Yeah. Second track comes out on Loon just as the previous was about to expire, and this is a very dangerous place to be in the bottom lane. No TP on Leshrac here, so Luna's just kind of stuck down here, maybe hoping that multiple heroes can TP in and back him up. The problem is if they defend bottom, it's just anti-mage. He'll free farm away, start pressuring this top tier 1 tower as well in the meantime, so it's not even really worth it at that point to make a big commitment to defend bottom lane for a fight you may not even win. But
it's like the 4 heroes are already beating the 5 heroes of Burster from Fnatic, and AM is just doing his thing and making sure they have late game. And bottom lane,
the dive comes in underneath. That Cold Embrace going to keep Leshrac alive a little bit longer. Chrissy TP out. Misses the stun. Oh, he must have been in fog there. DK also didn't get the stun off that.
I think they could have gotten the kill still though. They had Global Silence. They didn't initiate with Snowball plus Global Silence. That's why they got the Embrace off. I think it was a worth, even though it's a long cooldown on Global.
You're in such a dangerous, risky place diving a tower.
Yeah, and it's track, so it's worth it if you get a kill from track with 2 heroes there.
Mushi getting aggressive once more in the enemy jungle. Fnatic have just set up shop in this Radiant jungle. BKT stunned again. Deja vu. It's the exact same thing in the exact same place, more or less. And
the exact same thing was no track again.
Yeah, Net was nearby, but not able to get the track off.
I was like, dude, you're gonna wait for me.
Relax, we're doing fine. Burster, Iyun on the bottom lane, not doing so fine. He is stranded down here. TP arriving on Kuria. No, that's not his TP. That's just some wards. And
wow. Okay, he's not getting a TP and he's dead. Another track.
They may not find him.
Need to find him.
Arctic Burn away. Chrissy, knock. Okay, not to find him.
Oh, the trees.
No, they didn't see it. He's fine. He's fine for now. Alright. Tier 1 tower will go Fnatic's way though, and Mushi, he's about 600 away from Bloodstone. He'll even get the last on the tower, so now make it about 250. Just needs the Vitality boost and he's there.
You don't see Bloodstone first items on mid laners so often. It's usually on the safe lane laners that go for it, but I still think it's a really good item that allows you to snowball and farm much faster. They're trying to kill the AM.
4-man gank. Stun going to miss though. They had the DK follow up if it hit with a dragon form into a dragon tail, but Black is going to TP himself away.
Black knows something is up when you don't see the enemy heroes on the map. And they're not middle and they're not bottom. There could only be one more place.
Yeah. Well, Fnatic looking very good here. Net's just been a complete menace on this bounty. He's getting more and more aggressive vision here. He's going to come in even out of mana. Net comes in with the track here. There's follow-up from the Tusk, the Ice Shard, Snowball, and that's a track kill. 4 heroes top means the Winter Wyvern was left alone at bottom, and it will be a tier 1 tower going Burstero's way, but not really the exchange they were looking for.
They have to win at least one team fight to even have any chance to come back.
Well,
Chrissy
Chrissy gets
gonna get
stunned at
caught.
top under the tower. Global Silence comes in. That's going to keep him alive, though. Ice Shard's not going to see a turnaround, as there won't be any TP follow-up from Fnatic. Instead, they're trying to get the tier 1 mid tower, and Chrissy with the Blink Dagger can look to use that to his advantage here. In comes YP towards mid lane, but Dragon Form is worn off, though, and that makes it a whole lot harder for him to get a good initiation, even with the Drum of Endurance.
Another invis.
And Mushi is his third invis of the game. He is looking for that pick-off, but everybody's actually charging forward here on the Burstero side. Mushi gets a bit too close to the tier 1 even.
They saw him, yeah. He went too close there. But it's still fine for them though. They went for Midas on Silencer, Bloodstone on Lina. They can just keep farming, and it doesn't really bother them too much if they're not losing heroes. They can afford to give away towers in return of getting the other lanes pushed, because Burster needs to commit a lot of resources to push even one tower.
And they're about to start killing some heroes here. Ian at the top lane has a Bounty Hunter underneath him, an Anti-Mage above him, and these two can probably bring him down if he sticks around. It looks like he will decide to head towards the mid lane. Net tracking him, though.
Oh, he's gonna see the courier soon.
Oh, throws the track, doesn't go for the courier. Went a bit too early, didn't get sight of the courier in time, and at this point it feels like Burster need to almost go for like a big play. Get a smoke or something, try and make something happen. Try and find a kill on someone like the Lina. If they can kill Lina once or twice, start hurting Mushi's Bloodstone charges. That could be a nice way back in this game. Mushi has gone for a greedier build here.
Yeah, I think they should get a dagger though on the Dragon Knight, so they can actually initiate.
Yeah.
He has
He's saving up
2.1.
money, so that might be what he's thinking of.
Yeah, they need someone to initiate and start a fight for them. Leshrac is just way too poor to even get a use this game, because he didn't have a good start. So Dragon Knight seems like he's the richest on their team, so I think he has to do a lot of work for his team. By getting a blink, it will allow him to start fights and get towers and objectives done for them.
At this point, do you think Leshrac should be going for the Yules before the Bloodstone, or does he just need the HP?
I think he just needs HP. So Bloodstone will be the most solid choice, I imagine, for him.
Okay. Let's see. If he can even get to either of those two items is another question.
Yeah.
Right now he's having a rough time.
Yeah, just look at the lanes. So both the lanes are pushing out towards their tower when Buster groups up, because with the Bounty Hunter on the field, they will always have intel of the whereabouts of the Buster heroes, whether they are grouping up together. So using that information, Fnatic can just choose which lanes to push out and just park the other heroes to defend one lane and make sure they get the most out of the map.
It's a Tusk just solo pushing a tier 2 tower by himself. He's got haste, blink dagger. He can use that snowball blink to kind of get out from any
they're coming
potential
in.
ganks. They've got global silence as well. This is a really tough tier 1 to defend. The track vision is already there for Fnatic. They see the Earthshaker, and it may just have to be a tower that they decide to give up. But Fnatic aren't really pushing the wave. They're actually focusing more on going for the kills here. Mushi uses the Luna. They don't get the kill on YP. The global comes out. Curse of the silence, not enough.
No, it was a little too late. He got the fissure already came out, so they didn't get the kill.
Well, that would have been a big kill, because you kind of mentioned earlier, Dragon Knight, the most farmed Radiant hero. The one problem hero for Fnatic, it feels like right now.
Darkseer, he got trapped.
Oh. That's a kill going Chrissy's way. A solo kill at that.
Yeah, with the haste rune, and I mean he's really high level though, so he has a lot of burst damage on a single target, and he has two ways of chasing down the Darkseer with Surge, so there's no way he's getting out of that situation.
Okay, well, Fnatic continue to take objectives as they get the tier 1 mid tower, and Black picks up the Vlads on Anti-Mage, so he's looking good as well.
They can just go for Rush now with the bounty. There's nothing Buster can do about it.
Yeah, they're already circling. Look at these lines on the map. One of them says, let's pressure the top lane. The other says, let's get Roche. And it's a high on the Silencer who's making all these little drawings saying, let's...
Yeah, it's the supports. It's usually the supports that are doing all these type of drawings. And like I mentioned, they can do Roche whenever they want. And they can choose the best situation where when they're doing Roche, they're not losing out too much on map control. So they can just go whenever they want, force out all the lanes and make sure that they lose as little as possible when they're doing Roche.
Well, to smoke up, they're headed towards their own jungle here, looking to find a pick-off. They know Anti-Mage was top lane, and they're going to look for the pick-off here. The Shadow Blade forward coming out from Dragon Knight, but it's just the Tusk Illusions that they find in Chrissy.
That was a big mistake though. He was smoked and the smoke didn't pop. He could have. I think he could have killed the real Tusk because he was actually heading in the right direction to find the Tusk.
Yeah,
But
and they didn't have detection for the Shadow Blade yet. They haven't really been able to respond
middle
to
lane.
this. Oh, Loon, Leshrac, who was struggling to get farm already, and he's going to struggle some more. As Chrissy and Ahaya bring him down. Oh boy, this is starting to get ugly. Black going to get a tier 2 tower on his own. The drawings on the map come true as objective gets taken top lane, and you got to imagine that next objective may be Roshan with Medallion and Vlad's on the Fnatic side.
Yeah, this should not be happening if you have a lineup like this though. You should be the ones, like Buster should be the ones taking initiative to force fights. And right now they're just being moved around. I mean, Fnatic are just playing much better than them and being better at making all the small decisions and executing much better than them.
Well, let's see if they take Roshan anytime soon. They're not really in any rush here to grab it. They've got
Yeah.
complete map control. They're farming the enemy jungle. They may look to like try and get a better timing where they get Roshan and they're able to push high ground, but right now, anything Fnatic want to do, they kind of can do. They've got a Silencer with a Midas who's already working halfway towards his Ag Scepter. It's looking really pretty for Fnatic.
I mean, no one has BKB. No one's gonna have BKB in time for the next fight on Buster. And the Silencer with Aghanim's, if you look at their mana pool, like one global silence with a curse on top of it will just wreck their mana pool.
Oh, Mushi Invis, he's very close to a Radiant Sentry. He's out of range here. They're going to go with the global. Just WinteR Wyvern that they kill for now. Loon gets trapped.
They didn't realize the Lash was trapped.
One Laguna Blade would have killed the Lash there, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. At this point, it's not like they need to get a lot done with every ultimate. Like some teams you'll see, it's like, okay, whenever they use like a Tide Ravager or a Global Silence, they've got to win the fight and then take an objective. For Fnatic, they kill a support with a Global Silence, it doesn't matter because they just fall back and farm. They take Roshan, they take the enemy jungle, they're so far ahead that it's not really an opportunity cost for them to use Global Silence for just one support kill.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore for them. I think Fnatic are just in cruise control and they already know they can do whatever they want and they're still gonna win this game. And right now the Tusk is gonna be able, looking at all their HP, he can solo kill almost everyone apart from Dragon Knight. Yeah, apart from the Dragon Knight. Everyone else he catches will just die.
Yep. Well, I'll take the T2 bottom tower with Mushi pushing that one out, and Black's Manta Style not far off now, I imagine. Yeah, he's got the ultimate orb already, just needs the recipe, so pretty much critical mass has been reached. You've got Manta Style with the Vlads and Battlefear and Anti-Mage. Ags not quite there yet for Ohio, but everything else is looking good. They find WinteR Wyvern in the mid lane. These kills just happening too quickly, and Bounty picks up a bleak dagger.
14 kills and Black is part of the first kill of the game for himself.
22 minutes, sounds about right. What? Mushi, that's Laguna Blade. 10 Bloodstone charges. He hasn't found that many kills since getting the Bloodstone, but Fnatic strat doesn't really rely on the kills. Despite having the Bounty Hunter, they're more than okay just getting what they
Yeah, they have like so many ways of winning the game. Either they get a lot of track kills early, or even if the early game doesn't go too well for them, they just need the AM will be their late game weapon if they actually don't get a significant enough advantage from the early game. So their draft is like there are multiple ways of winning. And Buster has just one way of winning, which is to group up and push and win the team fight. And right now they're not even going to be able to just push as 5 because they're constantly being split up.
Mid lane, YP. He'll be okay here. Doesn't have the BKB yet, but he's still taking a lot of damage from the long range harass of Last Word, Shuriken tosses, and all. And Fnatic seem to be converging towards mid lane. More tracks coming out and defending this tier 2. The last tier 2 on the map. Burster may just have to snuggle up in their base for the WinteR here. They're going on top. Dragon Knight could be in some trouble. That's a Desolator. Walrus Punch, and this ice shots miss. That would have been the kill, but Tusk.
He got greedy though. He could have gotten the kill. He right clicked one more time. That's why he didn't get his combo. Yeah, but it's not important anymore. Yeah, they're still in very much cruise control of the game.
Yeah, they could get no more. They could mess up like all their kills as long as they're just pushing and taking objectives here. Mushi picks up an Ag Scepter, so he's suddenly seeing on 1900 HP. And that just makes Mushi very hard to kill him.
Okay, let's see. He's gonna be able to one-shot everyone, right? Apart from Dragon Knight. No, Darkseer is like 1 Laguna plus a Dragon Slave, 1 Lina reaches 16. The rest of the heroes are pretty much, Lash will be close to 1 hit. Shaker will be also very close to one hit. Apart from Wyvern is the only one that dies in one shot.
Yeah, but like Earthshaker and Lash, it's Laguna plus one right click, so you're basically looking at one shot.
Yeah, it doesn't make much difference.
Well, and you can just global. Once you have the Ag Scepter on Silencer, global is the extra bit of damage if you need it. It's like the Zeus ultimate, the poor man's Zeus ultimate.
Poor man Zeus ultimate. Dude, this is the rich man Zeus.
Yeah, there's nothing poor about farming an Ag Scepter on a support Silencer. It's the rich man's Zeus ultimate that's not quite as potent as a Zeus ultimate.
Well, I mean, it's sort of a disable though, so it does more than the Zeus ultimate, just less damage, but it's still pretty potent. And right now, Fnatic can just like farm the whole map and just push whenever they feel they want to. It's like their fate, Burster's fate is in Fnatic's hands.
Yeah. Black already has the Reaver. He's just hitting the tier 3 tower now, so they're going to converge on him with all 5 heroes. He hasn't Aegis anyway, so you kill him once. I don't know how you kill him a second time. They get the Chain Stun off Black. Getting low here. The tracks come out. Black will go down once, but I imagine Fnatic will not...
They can kill him. Speed up.
Oh, Global Silence comes out. Black going to turn around and fight. He gets the Mana Void on Leshrac. Gets one, gets two. Winter Wyvern goes down as well. And meanwhile, his team pushing the bottom lane.
That was basically 2v5. Global Silence plus anti-mage.
And that's all Silencer did. Like, he wasn't even there to do any additional follow-up damage, so... Well, there's the Laguna you're talking about. Takes out Dragon Knight, and with that, top racks and probably bottom racks both going down. Fnatic. Looks like game 1 going to be secured here in this best of 3 series against Burster. Round 1 of the BTS SEA. It's a 16-team single elimination bracket, and people expected big things out of Fnatic. Lesser known opponent in round 1, but it looks like they have clinched the game 1 victory here with Chrissy getting a double kill.
Chrissy is telling Mushi, I can also one-shot heroes.
Yeah, not just your Laguna, mate. Wait till he has... Oh, I guess it doesn't... The damage doesn't increase as you level up. It's just the slow duration, so... He doesn't need the levels. He just needs the level 1 Walrus Punch.
Yeah, level 1 Walrus Punch is already very strong if you have, like, a Vessel.
Well, Burster haven't GG'd out just yet, but here comes Chris. See, Walrus Punch. Ooh! Did about 800 damage there. Not quite one-shot material, but very close to it. YP going in for one last hurrah, goes in on Chrissy. Blink Echo from VKT. Chrissy doesn't get the snowball off, goes down, but that's a small consolation prize for the Myanmar team. As Mushi looking for one last kill, one more right click. Not going to be enough here. Mushi on the run does have a lot of movement speed, courtesy of Fury Souls. Mega creeps claimed, and it's all over, Winter.
Yeah, they just got outclassed by Fnatic. Like, it's nothing much they could do anymore at this point of the game.
Oh, Lash gonna miss the Yules into a stun combo, and Black gonna punish him for it, it looks like, as is he gonna chase in the fountain? You betcha. YP is there, but he can't get the stun off. It's on cooldown. Black taking the fountain. Okay. Black, think of your KDA. He just ruined his KDA. Oh man.
Man, that was the first curse of the game.
The Winter Wyvern ultimate. Oh
yeah.
Man.
I think that's the first one I saw.
Well, straightforward game 1 victory. Fnatic come out on top. And Burster have their work cut out for them in this best of 3 series, as we'll see what they have in mind for game number 2. But yeah, Fnatic, as you said, outclassing them. Draft-wise, it felt like, I mean, Burster had ways into this game, because Fnatic did get pretty greedy, support Silencer, having especially with the Lina going Bloodstone first.
I think with the, he wouldn't have gone Bloodstone first if he didn't realize the game was going so well. So that is just him adapting towards the situation. I felt like the last pick Dragon Knight sort of made things really tough for them. If they would have put the Lash mid and got another safe laner that can push and end the game, and Lash plus Shaker could very well be a threat towards the Lina, because Dragon Knight against Lina is like you mentioned, without level 6 the Dragon Knight can't threaten to kill the Lina. So Mushi had a very easy lane. And the Darkseer had a very tough... They basically lost all their lanes, so the Darkseer didn't have a good time because Shaker didn't help him fissure and get level 2. It's very important for the Darkseer to get level 2 at the start and the first 2 waves of creeps. So it didn't happen for him, and like you mentioned, he was really low level for a majority part of the early game. They just lost all their lanes, basically.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the Darkseer, even the Dragon Knight, he put down his sentry early, not in the lane. He tried to get that, kill on the
Yeah,
bounty
the kill.
hunter in the jungle, so he didn't have a sentry mid. He gets first blood in the bounty rune. Like, that's the dream start for a Dragon Knight, for any mid, and immediately gives a kill back to the bounty leaner. So, unfortunately, Burstero defeated in Game 1. It is a best-of-3 series, guys, so we've got Game 2 coming up. Fnatic looking to get a 2-0 victory, see themselves into the quarterfinals of the first BTS series for SEA. We're going to take a break. When we come back, myself, GoDz, and WinteR will be bringing you game number 2. Stay tuned.